Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to talk to y'all about my developmental delays. Because I made a video yesterday, 2 days ago actually, talking to y'all about my apraxia, that I have apraxia. And, and I told y'all I had learning disabilities. But I never talked to y'all about my developmental delays, my developmental disabilities. I haven't talked to y'all about it, not because I keep forgetting. I haven't talked to y'all about it because I don't want people to look at me differently. I hate it when people I hate it when people look at me different and like I'm not a human being, and I want people to, like, instead of looking at what I can't do, I want people to look at what I can do. And when people come up to me, usually they see my special needs off the bat, but not me as a person. And I want people to look at me as a person before looking at what's hard for me, my special needs. So I haven't talked to y'all about my developmental delays or developmental disabilities because of that. But in this video, will sell it to y'all, for y'all. So, anyway, I have multiple stuff that's what's hard for my developmental delays. So one is motor skills. I learned stuff late. Like, normally babies start not walking, but like, keep the body up when sitting down and crawl, whatever, at a young age. Usually some babies do it at 1, 2 years old. I didn't start crawling until 3, and I didn't walk by myself until 5.5 years old. So that's one. Number 2 is number 2 is my eye coordination. So I bump into stuff a lot as a young child, and I still, like, trip over stuff, bump over stuff, whatever. But obviously walk, train, it helps a little bit. So anyway, yeah, it helps a little bit. Like, my worst fall was out at school, out of my chair. Like, I was sitting in my chair, and I just fail. Like, yeah, I just fail. And everything like that. So, anyway, my third is button, button. Like, if, let's say, if I have an shirt that I need to button the buttons wherever I can do that. It takes me forever for me to button and single button. And I get so frustrated. I got so frustrated with it that I don't practice it no more. I know it's wrong. And I know people will say, well, practice makes perfect. You won't get good at something unless you practice it. Well, I just gave up. Sometimes after working years on something, yeah, sometimes after working years on something and it don't pay off, like you don't get it, you just get tired of working on that thing that the that people, other people think that you're getting better at, but really they just say in that do include soup and everything like that. So anyway, I just basically gave up. That's why you don't see me having a shirt on with buttons on it because I can't button it. And obviously I do wear jeans. Obviously I do wear jeans. And those jeans obviously have a button. I do button it, but I do know how to button. Like, I don't want people to think that I don't know how to button a button. I do, but it takes a lot longer than normal people. Like, one time, like last year, I, I, I had an one piece pajamas. Onesie. I love onesies so much because I love one piece pajamas. So anyway, I so the onesie I had didn't have the zipper. It had buttons to go down probably like 10, but not 10 buttons, but probably like 5 buttons, whatever. So anyway, I started trying to button all 5 buttons, and each of the buttons that I was on, it literally took me five whole, either 5 or 10 whole minutes to button each button. And I was getting frustrated, irritated, mad, and angry. Excuse me, but I was happy of myself because I didn't lose it. When I lose it, obviously stuff start being tossed, thrown, whatever. But I didn't lose it. And I think because I know that I've been trying, working on putting a freaking button, and it just takes forever for me to just button one single button. But five, imagine five, and just imagine if you have to be somewhere in a time order. Yeah. So that's why I just basically gave up. Like obviously I still do buttons, obviously, but it takes a lot longer than when people button. When people normal button. Yeah, and then number 4, climbing. I always fall. Like I remember, I have a permanent scar. I'm not obviously going to show y'all the scar. It's a scar, but real it is. I can't show y'all without, yeah. But anyway, one time I was in OT class, no PT class, physical therapy. If y'all don't know what it stands for, but I was climbing this mountain, thing. I really forgot what it's called, but just imagine in PT room at school and what they have in it. Just imagine it. But I was climbing. Just imagine in climbing in mountain. You got to climb up one side, then turn your body to climb down the other side. Just imagine it. So anyway, I climbed up. It wasn't high at all. It was easy for most people, for people that don't have developmental delays. It would be easy, but for people that have developmental delays, it's really challenging, really hard. So anyway, I climbed up it, and my PT therapist was behind me, wasn't holding on to me, but she was making sure I wouldn't fall. And if I would fall, she will obviously try to catch me. So anyway, um someone came into the room that I knew, and obviously I thought I would be able to do things at once. I thought I would be able to still climb the thing and say hi to the person that came in the room. So I say hi to the person that came in the room, and then went on, went, came back, focused on what I had to do, and I fell one time, and that time, so okay, you know how boys do skateboard while on the skateboard, and the skateboard goes up like this, and then basically, let's say this is the board, and then the skateboard jam up in the, you know what area. Anyway, it happened to me, and people think that, okay, only boys holler when that happens. No, girls holler do hurts. So anyway, after a couple seconds of um I after a couple seconds of kinda saying ow ow whatever, I went back and did it again, and I was coming down, and I mean, just imagine it's not high at all, but anyway, when I came down, I lost control and fell, and my therapist went to catch me, but in the midst of catching me, she, her long fingernails, fake fingernails too, so scratched me on my back. Ooh, it was hurting. It was hurting and everything like that. I had a permanent scar. Every time I look in the mirror, I look at the scar. Because it's a permanent scar and everything like that. So, if y'all don't know, just imagine what being an OTPT therapy room. It's like a mountain. Basically, it's like this. You got steps. Wait, no. Like bars or hill to climb on. So you climb up, and then on this side you got another bars or hill to come down. So it's like come up and down. So that's hard for me. That was hard for me, and it's still hard for me because my balancing skills is so off. It was off, and it still is off. I practice every day to get my balancing good. But yeah, and so I have, I still have developmental delays where it's hard for me to do some tasks like it was hard for me to do some tasks years ago. But when you thinking that like you're getting better in this place or that place, it always haunts you that you're not getting better. And basically you got to just be true to yourself. And I'm basically at the stage now where I'm true to myself. Where I'm like saying, okay, I probably can't do this and I probably can't do that. And it's irritating, frustrating, but hey, what you going to do about it? So I hope you all like the video, like, comment, subscribe.